Hi guys, welcome back to another video brought to you by Taste Expressions. Now today what we're making is we're going to be making a hot milk sponge, and we're not using regular temperature milk this time, we're using hot milk. Okay, now for ingredients we have eggs, unsalted butter, baking powder, a bit of vanilla, all-purpose flour, sugar, and regular milk. You can also use 2%, you can use low fat. I'm using full fat here. Now the first thing is, if you notice, I'm going to be using two attachments today. So I'm using the whisk first. This cake is a little bit different from making it where you're creaming the butter and sugar. We're not going to be creaming it. So first I'm going to be taking my eggs, and all my eggs goes in the mixing bowl. So I have 4 eggs at room temperature, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to whisk this until it becomes nice and fluffy, and that's going to take roughly around 4 to 5 minutes, or depending on the speed of your mixer. Okay, up, and I'm going to start on medium speed. Just so that it doesn't go out of the bowl, and we're going to whisk this until it becomes nice and fluffy, and it's going to get a very light yellow color. While I'm waiting for this, I'm going to sift my dry ingredients. So here I have my flour, and I'm going to pop my flour into a sifter. All my flour is in here, and I have baking powder. So the baking powder goes in. We're going to sift this a little. You can also use a regular hand sifter, and I'm going to pop this one back into my bowl. Just quickly remove, pop it back into my bowl. In this way, you ensure that you have a really nice and light cake. Just going to give you a quick little bite. Now, if you look at my eggs in here, you will see it starts changing color. It's becoming more pale. Now, while this is still going on, what we're going to do is we're going to take our butter and our milk. Now, even if your butter is not room temperature, it's okay, because we're going to melt it into the milk. So I'm using unsalted butter. It goes in. You can melt this on a saucepan, or you can also melt it in the microwave. So I'm going to pop it in the microwave just for a few seconds until I get it melted. Look at my eggs again. You can see it's starting to become more big. I'm going to quickly pop this one on. So I'm giving it like roughly around 40 seconds, so it's going to be melted nicely and it's going to be warm. Now, I'm going to stop my machine, and you can have a look at my eggs inside of here now. And I'm going to start adding my sugar a bit at a time, still using the whisk attachment. So we're going to start adding granulated sugar. And we're going to keep whisking it. Turn the speed up a little more. So I've added 3 sets of sugar already. whisk this for about a minute. Then I'm going to add the last set and keep it whisking until it becomes nice and fluffy. Now this is the most important stage in this cake when you're making this cake, but you want your egg and sugar mixture to be very light and fluffy. Now here I have my mixture of my butter and my milk, and I'm just going to give it a quick stir. Now you would see that my butter is not melted enough, so I'm going to pop it back in for another 10 seconds just so that it melts a little bit more. Now you can see my mixture has completely changed color. So this is my last set of sugar. And I'm going to give this a whisk for about 1 minute again. And here I have my milk and butter, and now do you see it's melted almost completely. It's going to finish melt hereby. Now I'm going to switch my attachment on now. Before that, I'm going to show you my mixture. So do you see it's very, very pale? And I'm going to switch my attachment on now to my paddle. And the reason for this is that I do not want to over mix my flour when I start adding it to this. So we're going to give one little whisk. Now the paddle that I'm using is going to scrape all around this bowl. And now on my lowest speed, first I'm going to add my vanilla. All of my vanilla. You can add vanilla extract, you can add vanilla powder, or even vanilla beans. We're going to start adding our flour mixture. So on the lowest speed. Keep adding your flour. Let's see. I'm just waiting for it to disappear a little. I'm going to add all the rest of the flour. Get it all in there. I'm going to stop, scrape down. Just go to the sides. Give it a quick little scrape down. We're going to mix it for about 30 seconds again, and then we're going to start adding our warm milk and butter mixture. So just about 30 seconds. And now I'm going to start adding my warm milk and butter mixture. Keep pouring constantly but slowly. And you can see your mixture starts changing. It starts looking more now like a regular cake. And I'm stopping. So I'm done. I'm not gonna keep whisking and whisking and whisking. We're gonna stop here. Go. And I'm gonna give it one final mix just to make sure I don't have anything in the bottom of this cake. That's any mixture that's not mixed in. To see my batter. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna prepare a pan. Now you can make this cake into a 9-inch regular size 9x3-inch pan, or even an 8-inch. I'm using a bundt pan. However, I need to prepare my bundt pan first. So I'm going to use a spray that contains flour already. If you don't have one like that, just use a regular spray. It's always best to use a spray rather than a brush because there are lots of creases in here. Shake. And from a distance, you want to make sure that you coat every little part of this pan. So I'm making sure that I get into all the creases and that it's sprayed nicely, because you don't want your cake to stick. And that looks good. We're going to pour our mixture in now. Just a little bit again, and I'm going to pop it in. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a spatula just to gently go around here, and what this does is eliminates all the air bubbles in your cake. And I'm going to give it a tap down. So first, before I tap now, I'm just going to put a cloth here so I don't damage my marble, and we want to give it a gentle tap. Do you see the bubbles coming out? So you don't want any bubbles in your cake. You don't want to cut your cakes and have really big holes in them. And we're going to pop this in the oven at 350 degrees or 180 degrees for roughly about an hour and 10 minutes, and I will see you back again. Hi guys, so now I'm back, and this is our cake just out of the oven. Now what you want to do is you want to cool this down at least 10 minutes in the pan, which I did, and I'm going to turn it over. So now you're going to see the finished product. So I'm using a round rack. Be very gentle because the cake is really hot now. Hold and flip. I'm going to remove this one so I can just remove the towel. Bring this back up here. Let's try and remove this because this pan is still hot. And let's now quickly see our finished product. You can see all that steam coming out from that cake still. And here you have your hot milk sponge. Thank you guys, and I'll see you again for another one of my yummy recipes. Bye.